trades right now where the people doing the work are walking out the door faster than new people are walking in. And I'm not talking about a small gap. I'm talking about a structural collapse of the workforce pipeline that has been building for years. Today I'm counting down 5 trades where the retirement wave is hitting the hardest, and where the opportunity for the person who steps up right now is unlike anything I've seen in 30 years in this industry. Look, most people think about job security in the terms whether their company is doing well, whether the economy is up or down, whether the boss likes them. But there's a different kind of job security. The kind that comes from being in a career where demand is growing and supply is shrinking at the same time. That combination, more work, fewer people to do it, is the most powerful job security that exists. And that is exactly what's happening in these 5 trades right now. I've been in the trades for 30 years. I own a business. I've watched workforce pipelines thin out my entire career. And the 5 careers I'm about to show you are the ones where that thinning has become a genuine crisis for employers and a genuine opportunity for you. Number 1 on this countdown is a trade where I've personally watched employers throw money at anyone willing to learn because the alternative is shutting down operations. Stay with me for that one. Before we get started, smash that like button and subscribe. All right, let's count it down. Number 5, Cathodic Protection Technician, Corrosion Prevention System Specialist. Here's one that almost nobody in the career advice world has ever heard of. A cathodic protection technician designs, installs, and maintains electrical systems that prevent corrosion on underground pipelines, storage tanks, bridge structures, and marine infrastructure. Corrosion is the single largest cause of pipeline failure in the United States, and cathodic protection using electrical current to counteract the electrochemical process of rust is the primary defense against it. Every major oil and gas pipeline in the country, every buried water main, every underground fuel storage tank, all of it requires cathodic protection systems. NACE International, now merged with AMPP, offers a cathodic protection tester and the CP technician credentials that are in the industry standard. The retirement wave in the specialty is severe. The technicians who built their expertise alongside the pipeline and infrastructure buildouts of the 1970s and 1980s are leaving, and the combination of regulatory requirements, the EPA and the DOT mandate cathodic protection on regulated pipelines, and the generally thin replacement pipeline makes this one of the most overlooked shortage situations in the entire trade world. Pay runs $50K to $90K. Senior CP technicians and corrosion engineers are clearing $95 to $130K. All right, next up. Real quick, what would your life look like if your income wasn't tied to a location, a schedule, or a boss? My brother Shane built the Content Growth Engine to answer that question. A simple, proven system for growing a YouTube channel and earning a full-time income in less than 4 hours a week. I joined as a member myself. Month 1, a $214 day. Month 5, $519 in a single day. And it just keeps building from there. No experience required, just a decision to start. Link is in the description and pinned in the comments below. Your freedom is waiting. Number 4, Instrumentation Technician, Industrial Sensor and Process Control Specialist. Here's one where the retirement situation is quietly becoming a crisis in the refining, petrochemical, and power generation industries. An instrumentation technician installs, calibrates, maintains the sensors, transmitters, and control systems that monitor and regulate industrial processes, pressure transmitters, flow meters, temperature sensors, level sensors, the instruments that tell a refinery operator what is happening inside miles of pipes and allows them to control it safely, are maintained by instrumentation technicians, and that workforce is aging out. Here's what makes this replacement problem uniquely difficult. An experienced instrumentation technician at a major refinery or chemical plant has years of plant-specific knowledge built up. They know which instruments are problematic. They know the quirks of the control systems. They know the safety procedures specifically to that facility. When they retire, that knowledge does not transfer automatically to whoever replaces them. It has to be rebuilt. And that takes time that facilities often don't have. ISA, the International Society of Automation, offers a certified automation professional and control systems technician credentials that are the industry standard. The path in is through a 2-year instrumentation or process technology program at a community college or through an apprenticeship. Pay runs $60K to $105K. Instrumentation technicians at major Gulf Coast refineries and petrochemical plants are at the top of that range. The ISA Certified Control System Technician, the CCST credential, adds significant pay premium. Oil and gas pays top dollar for qualified instrumentation techs, and the retirement wave is creating openings at a pace that the industry is struggling to fill. Now this next one. Number 3, Orbital Welder, automated tube and pipe welding specialist. Here's one that surprises people because it sounds like a robot does the work. It doesn't. An orbital welder programs, operates, and maintains the automated orbital welding systems used in pharmaceutical manufacturing, semiconductor fabrication, food and beverage processing, and biotech facilities. The machine makes the weld, but a skilled orbital welder sets the parameters, prepares the joint, monitors the process, and ensures the weld meets the certification requirements of whatever industry standards applies. ASME, the BPE for pharmaceutical, SEMI for semiconductor, the 3A for food processing. The human judgment and technical knowledge are irreplaceable. Here's the retirement picture. Orbital welding as a distinct specialty grew up alongside the pharmaceutical and semiconductor industries in the 1980s and 1990s. The specialists who mastered this work early are now in their late 50s and early 60s, and the pipeline of skilled orbital welders behind them is thin. The CHIPS Act, semiconductor build-out, and ongoing pharmaceutical manufacturing expansion are simultaneously creating massive new demands for this specialty right at the moment most experienced practitioners are leaving. The path in is through a TIG welding background, followed by orbital welding system training through manufacturers like the AMI, Swaglock, and Orbitalium. Pay runs $55K to $95K. Senior orbital welding technicians working on semiconductor fab and pharmaceuticals, clean room projects are clearing $100K to $130K. And clean room environments these techs work in, no extreme physical demand, no outdoor exposure. Make this one the best quality of life welding specialties available. Almost nobody is pointing people towards this career. That is a significant missed opportunity. All right, next up. Real talk. You could spend months researching trades, or you could let Coura do it in about 10 minutes. Coura is Course Career's AI career counselor, and she looks at your goals, your personality, your lifestyle, and tell you whether HVAC, plumbing, electrical, construction project management, construction estimating, architectural drafting, or supply chain coordinator is the one for you. Then she drops you into a free intro course so you can actually feel what the work is like before you commit. No degree, no experience. Students have landed high-paying careers in little as 4 to 12 weeks. Link is in the description and pinned in the comments below. Shortest path from I don't know to I'm in. That's Coura. Number 2, biomedical equipment technician, medical device repair specialist. Here's number 2, and the retirement situation here is one that the healthcare industry is generally alarmed about, even if the career advice world hasn't caught up yet. The biomedical equipment technician, BMET, repairs and maintains the medical devices used in hospitals and healthcare facilities, MRI machines, CT scanners, ventilators, infuse pumps, patient monitors, surgical robots. The equipment that keeps patients alive and allows clinicians to do their jobs is maintained by BMETs. And the workforce is aging out at a rate that hospital systems across the country are struggling to address. Here's what makes this retirement gap particularly hard to close. A BMET who has been maintaining the same hospital equipment for 15 to 20 years has institutional knowledge that goes far beyond what any training program can provide. They know the service history of every device. They know which equipment has recurring issues. They know the biomedical department workflow, the vendor relationships, the regulatory documentation requirements specific to that facility. When they retire, all that walks out the door. The path in is through a 2-year biomedical equipment technology associate degree program, available at community colleges across the country or through a military biomedical repair background. The CBET, Certified Biomedical Equipment Technician, credentials come from the AAMI, is the industry standard. Pay runs $48K to $85K. Senior BMETs and biomedical department managers at major hospital systems are clearing $90K to $120K. And here's the lifestyle angle. This is a trade career where you work in a hospital environment, climate controlled, professional setting, no outdoor exposure, no extreme physical demands. One of the most underrated quality of life trade careers in the country.
Hi, quick break here. If you'd like to take a free course in course careers, click the link below in the description.
All right, number one, the trade where the retirement wave is most severe and the opportunity is most immediate. Here it is. Number one, the closer, steam fitter, steam and high pressure system specialist. Okay, here's number one, and I want to make the case for why this specific trade, not pipe fitting generally, but steam fitting specifically, tops this list. A steam fitter installs and maintains high pressure steam systems in hospitals, universities, industrial facilities, and distinct energy plants. Steam is used for heating, sterilization, industrial processes, and power generation. And the steam fitter who understands high pressure steam systems, who can read steam trap performances, diagnose heat exchanger problems, balance steam distribution systems, is one of the most specialized and valuable mechanical tradespeople in the entire construction and maintenance world. Here's the retirement picture. Steam fitting as a distinct specialty grew up alongside the massive institutional construction boom of the mid-20th century. Universities, hospitals, government buildings, industrial plants, all built on steam infrastructure. The steam fitters who installed and have been maintaining those systems for the past 30 to 40 years are retiring right now in large numbers. And the knowledge they carry about steam systems behavior, about the specific quirks of aging high-pressure distribution networks, is generally rare. The BLS categorizes steam fitters as a career with the shortest designation. The UA, United Association, has been sounding the alarm on the steam fitter pipeline for years. Here's what I've seen personally. Hospital and university facility directors I know are generally anxious about this retirement wave. The chief steam fitters who have maintained their steam plants for 25 years are leaving, and the candidates to replace them, people who understand high pressure steam at a deep level, are simply not plentiful. The facilities that need this work cannot function without it. Steam sterilization is required in every hospital. Steam heating is not optional in a northern university campus in January. The demand is permanent. The supply is shrinking. The combination is the definition of opportunity. The UA apprenticeship is the path in. It accepts people with no experience. It pays from day one. Pay for journeyman steam fitter runs $60K to $110K. The senior steam fitters and steam plant operators at major hospital and university systems are clearing $95 to $130K. And a chief steam fitter or steam plant superintendent role, the person who runs the whole steam operation for a major institution, commands $110K to $155K with full institutional benefits, pension, health insurance, job security that approaches bulletproof. The steam fitter shortage is real. The retirement wave is accelerating, and the person who enters this trade in 2026 is walking into a career where the most experienced people in the fields are actively leaving, and where the facilities that depend on that expertise are desperate for the next generation. That is the definition of the right place at the right time. Look, the retirement wave in the trades is not a problem. Not for you. It's the biggest career opportunity of the next decade. Cathodic protection technician, instrumentation technician, orbital welder, biomedical equipment technician, steam fitter. 5 trades, 5 massive retirement gaps, 5 open doors for persons willing to walk through them right now. Hit subscribe so you don't miss the next one. Drop a comment. Which one surprised you the most? I read every single one. Catch you in the next video. Peace out.
If you need to learn a trade, go to Zach of all trades.